Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of the DisKingdom podcast presented by DisKingdom.com with me, Roger, here in the UK, and then we got Abe there in sunny California. Morning, Abe.
Hello, everybody.
Aloha. Right. Okay, so we have had some fantastic trailers come up in the last couple of weeks for all the Star Wars, the Force Awakens. We are literally just over like 4 or 5 weeks away from coming out in cinemas. Tickets are on sale. We've got our tickets. You know, the Force Awakens hype is in full swing. So we've seen a few more trailers. And just literally I think everyone that's a Star Wars fan is just so excited. You know, I'm still getting, every time the new trailer comes on and I watch it, I can feel the goosebumps down my back, just kind of like, ooh, can't wait for this movie. So you've seen the trailers?
Oh yeah, of course. I've seen them so many times. Yeah, no, I'm so equally excited. It's just, I'm just happy to think that. Let's see, in a few, in about seven days or less, we're going to be a month away from the movie release, and oh man, it's so long, it's so been long awaited, but I'm so happy it's finally here, almost. But yeah, dude, all the trailers are awesome. Yeah. Lots of great footage, and just so many theories going through our heads, wanting to find out what's going on, but. Yeah,
that's that kind of thing, isn't it? If everyone's trying to work out how connected everybody is it, who's Kylo Ren connected to, who's is it Flynn, and is Flynn Lando's, is Rey Finn is Rey Han Solo's or Luke Skywalker's kid? Are Kylo Ren and just like, are they twins? We've got all this going around. It might be no family connection at all. They might all completely be brand new. We just don't know anything.
I know, yeah.
But I think, and we've got this. In the new TV spot, we have this new a pirate sort of woman. She's talking about seeing it through different eyes or the same eyes, and it's we've got some new characters coming in, and it's just so exciting. I mean, there was this meme that went out the other week, and it's just everyone else is excited for Christmas. I was excited for Star Wars, and actually, I actually feel this year. I feel like Christmas is whatever. It's just like we have new Star Wars, a new Star Wars movie with all new characters and everything. This is what we've been waiting for. Feels like 30 years since the Return of the Jedi. It feels very different to me than the Phantom Menace, and when that came out.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a true first sequel, so I mean, it's just a long time waiting. I mean, it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be epic, and like you said, so many cool characters, so many things that we want to find out. I mean, is Jar Jar Binks in it? I mean, we're trying to find out all these different things. And,
get straight to the hard cold question: is Jar Jar Binks in it?
Well, it can't be Jar Jar Binks. It might be maybe his grandson or something like that. I don't know. Unless they have a longer lifespan. I don't know Gungan anatomy and lifespans. But anyways, whatever. The fact is, I'm just excited for this movie, and my favorite character has always been Darth Vader, but Kylo Ren is. He's moving up there. I mean, he's pretty cool. I hope he definitely lives up to the hype when we see the movie. So,
I think as well as I'm really hoping that they kind of, because I just remember that whole thing with Darth Maul where he looked cool. Everyone was like, "This is going to be the new proper villain, really good," and then they killed him. And I remember and it was just that thing of like, well, he was the best, and I never felt with the second two movies that Count Dooku and General Grievous was cool. But he was never as good as Darth Maul. And it's like, please don't kill him. Don't kill Kylo Ren off. Don't make that mistake again. We want this villain in for a few movies to kind of be badass for rather than bringing in new ones. Because we're all getting used to these new characters. And we all know that we're starting to all know the names. Merchandise is flying off the shelves.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna kill off Kylo Ren too soon. It wouldn't make any sense. I do have a feeling we're probably gonna have one of our lovable childhood memory Star Wars characters die. I have a feeling one of them will. And also, I still want to know where's Luke? Where is he? I mean, obviously JJ has said that there's a reason why we haven't seen him in the trailers and stuff. So,
No, see, actually, that was just gonna say, because that actually feels in some way good. There's a little bit of mystery about this, and also maybe if they are going to kill off one of the classic characters, maybe keeping Luke back for the later movies, but we don't know where he is, what he's doing. There might be a very good reason why he's not there. But yeah, I'm thinking Han Solo is gonna. I think he's not gonna make it to number 8.
You know what? I honestly changed my mind because that's what I used to think before. But I honestly think Chewie is going to die.
Well, the only reason I think Han Solo is more likely to go is Harrison Ford's age going forward, and the fact he did barely was able to do the movie with him breaking his, being in that accident. Whereas Chewbacca is kind of an evergreen character. They can just put him on and they can use him for the next 10, 15 movies.
But see, this is why I disagree because, yeah, he did have that little accident where he hurt his foot. Right after he healed, he went on and crashed his plane and still survived. So I think he's a rugged guy. He can totally handle it. You can't get rid of Han at least this early, and maybe in the second movie. But Chewie, I mean, he's lovable and everything like that, but he really doesn't have dialogue other than, I can't. That's it. I mean, he's cool. I love him. Don't get me wrong. I love Chewie, but I have a feeling that there's just, I don't know. It's just I feel like there's going to be this dire need to eliminate one of the main, characters just to keep the franchise going so well. But
yeah, I think they've also got that. They got the age factor for the actors, and then almost that thing of a sacrifice of one of them to advance the story. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. Looking at Leia and Han, in the trailers and stuff, they're looking old. We need that kind of Alec Guinness kind of, where they just drop off, because you think like Obi-Wan Kenobi, he was in the first movie, but he was only his voice and the slight ghost version of him. He wasn't really in the last two. But he still has that presence of being one of those characters that we know so well, considering he didn't really he wasn't even very long in the first movie.
No, that's true. That's very true. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. And even if they do go, I mean, are we gonna see? Maybe if we do have like a predominant character go, like let's say Luke is gone, are we going to see his Force ghost? Or are we going to see all these different things going on? Are they going to explain what in the world these Force ghosts are? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I suppose, like for me, I mean, I look at like if they killed Luke off, then, but I don't think it's definitely it's either Chewie or Han that Flint to Rey is
crying over.
So it's definitely one of them. And also, we know Luke is in number 8, so we know that. We know we've got this Han Solo single movie coming out at some point later on.
Well,
so if they did kill him off, they still got some other kind of thing they can do in about 4 or 5 years' time. But at which point, Harrison's going to be kind of,
if you saw Ant-Man, that was some amazing CGI in the very beginning. So
I really hope they don't do that. I mean, that'll be so bad.
No, I agree. No, I wouldn't do that either.
One of the things I did see in the trailer that kind of interested me was there's this scene where they're kind of going into this building, and you've got Han and you've got Finn, and they've also got this big droid, and they're going into this like looks like a ruin with all the flags and stuff. Now, one of the things that I was thinking of, and I was reading the Star Wars comic last night, and Darth Vader was walking in this comic book with droids behind him, and because it's like I was like, oh, and I was thinking, we had so much droid stuff going on in the prequels. I'd kind of like that to be addressed a little bit, because obviously in the original trilogy there were not really droids doing any battle stuff. But it always felt like we had all these massive army of droids, and it just went, well, they used to get rid of them all. So it'd be nice to kind of have a little bit of explanation, maybe a little bit of continuation of seeing some of those droids, because I always thought they were kind of cool, like Roger.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were definitely kind of silly, but they were also kind of effective because, they did give you the sense that they were kind of replaceable. They're definitely used for battle. So, but I don't want to see too much of it. I'd rather still see them, as protocol droids, or maybe like some hardcore, battle droids. But like, the Stormtrooper is classic. The Stormtrooper, I mean, standalone, is just popular. You know what I mean? So, like for example, if you go buy Star Wars toys, you don't really see many just standard Rebel fighter army people toys. They're Stormtroopers. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I agree. The droid incorporation would be kind of interesting to see.
Even just kind of, I mean, it's that kind of thing. I think you don't see too many droid toys either. It's always tends to be true, and the way they're promoting the First Order Stormtrooper toys, and the way they're being portrayed, they're all standing there while he's giving that presentation and stuff. I think there's that kind of thing. I think an army of people looks more intimidating to us now than a bunch of droids and stuff. But
unless they look like Terminators, that would be different.
Yeah, a whole lot of I'll be back. But no, it's just kind of cool. I think there's that thing of, I don't know how many more trailers they can get at, because I know they've done we had the big sort of football trailer that came out, and we've had this TV spot. I'm kind of in some ways hoping that those are the last ones. I don't really want any more trailers, really.
Well, you were talking about popular memes. There was one with J.J. Abrams that says, "We will no longer be showing any new footage for Star Wars," and then you see in the middle, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi saying with his hand, "You will show us more new footage," and on the bottom, "All right, we have new footage for the international trailer." It was and it's J.J. Abrams all over again. It's kind of funny. But
it's funny that I was going to say that Japanese trailer kind of came out of nowhere and kind of
out of the blue, yeah.
But
go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
Carry on.
Well, I was gonna state, like, there's just a lot of homage paid to the old movies in these trailers too, though. Like, I don't know if you realize, but the mask that Rey is wearing in the beginning, if you really pay attention, those lenses, they're actually from a recycled Stormtrooper helmet. If you really look at the shape and the way they are, and then you look at the old Stormtrooper helmet, that's exactly it. That's totally what she did, and she's a scavenger, so it makes sense. So, and then you obviously see, the old starfighters and all the different like ships in the remnants of the Battle of Jakku, and I have a feeling that her staff thing is one of those like weird like they weren't sabers, but like those droids.
Magna Guards, is it?
Yeah. I have a feeling it's one of those that have the little purple like lightning things on the edges. So it's paying homage to like the prequels and then the original trilogy, and so I know, but like you said, these trailers like has so much awesome footage. Like the international one when Kylo's holding his lightsaber out to Rey's like almost to her neck. I mean, that was intense. So there's a lot of cool stuff. Yeah,
because we know at this point now that there must be a scene where the two of them go face to face with Kylo Ren at some point. Now, I am, it'll be classic thing if it kind of wanted to come to the end. Those two go to face him. He completely we almost want him to be able to completely outmaster them and kind of basically kick their asses, and they two basically just get out scot-free and leg it. To build for later battle, because you need that with the hero and the villain. You need the hero to come up against the villain. The villain gets put up as being unstoppable, and they can't do it, and they have to get away. And then they learn and train and all the rest of it, and come back and beat them. That's part of the kind of the standard way of sort of hero versus villain. The villain has to win first time, otherwise it just weakens them. Because that's kind of what happened a little bit with Darth Maul. They did that a little bit where they showed him where he kind of got on it before Qui-Gon managed to jump on the jet and get out. Obviously, they had that big battle. Yeah, and when they did the big battle, like General Grievous, they went up against him and he escaped at the last. He escaped to come back for that last battle. So it's all kind of, and Dooku managed to basically take him out and stuff. So it's kind of how it kind of goes, and that's what I'm expecting. I hope that's what happened, because I want Kylo Ren to be around a bit.
Yeah, I hope so too. Because I mean, just like you were upset about Darth Maul being killed off the first episode, that's the same way I felt about Qui-Gon Jinn. I think he's one of my favorite Jedi, and he dies in the first one too. So
Yeah,
um,
and so did Obi-Wan Kenobi technically.
yeah, but he lives on in all the movies. So
Yeah, I must. There's this kind of thing. I'm really hoping it'll be quite. I'm just trying to work out. They can't really get him in there too much with Ewan McGregor, but I'm hoping they do an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie with Ewan McGregor. I really do. I would love to see that. I'd love to see him reprise that role with the new team doing it, because I always felt he was such a good actor, and he's done so much in the original prequels. But unfortunately, he can only work with what he worked with. But I always thought he was a really cool sort of character in the prequels.
no, yeah, that's true. I just wonder what story they would be telling, because we sort of got his origin per se in the trilogy. So
Hmm.
I don't
I
know.
don't know, but it's just, I just think at the minute we are on the verge of a massive I think we're going into sort of Marvel Cinematic Universe territory now with Star Wars for the next decade at least. All the time that this thing's making money,
Well, I just like that they're going to intertwine now. You know what I mean? Like, not only do we have superheroes, now we finally have Star Wars in here again. So it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just gonna be so exciting to have all of this new content coming, and I love the fact we've got Rogue One next year, Episode 8. We've got these it's like it's that same feeling like now with like Marvel, where we know we've got movies for the next 5 years, and like it's nice to have sort of brand new Star Wars content coming in, because it's been a while since sort of we had the Episode 3. And while we had the Clone Wars and the Rebels TV shows, it's not the same.
That's true.
No. Well, so we'd love to know your thoughts on the recent trailers and what you're expecting from the Star Wars Force Awakens. Comment below, get in touch with us. We'd love to have some more. We're going to be discussing this a lot over the next few months, so you can just see it. But I just want to give a big shout out to our patrons, sortapps.com and Magic Band Collectors, for being supportive, and also to our other patrons. Big thank you to them. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Remember to check us out on DisKingdom.com. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and all of our other items. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching, guys.
Bye.
Bye.